Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. All right, our topic for today is selling. I just got, believe it or not, my real estate license. Oh, no, he didn't. Yes, I did. I got it on Friday the 13th. People say, are you crazy on Friday the 13th? That's bad luck. I'm like, no, it ain't. It's real good luck. You know, I'm one of these salespeople that likes to get outside the box and try to change up things. And, you know, the key to success in this video is we're going to have a little conversation about what it's like to get that license. And I'm going to tell you what, you know, I've got a mortgage license. I've got health insurance, life insurance license. I've got a CDL license. I got all kinds of licenses, but this one was a little bit more complicated. I'm going to tell you why, because see, I was taking courses and doing my remedial stuff to keep my life insurance license. And I'm going to tell you what, trying to study two different things at one time, it's like being a college student working full. It just doesn't always work properly. So if you got a chance to get your real estate opportunity, you can work in commercial or you can work in residential. It's all about what's interesting to you. But for me, the key to success when I first got into this, I had thought about this, you know, when I was a young person. I didn't want to have to take the courses and stuff. But if you're a young person, get over yourself, get out there, and don't wait till you're an older person to have to go take this stuff, because it's not that complicated, but it ain't that damn easy either. A lot of people fail, and I'm going to tell you what, the first time I took this test, I missed it by 1 point. I'm going to tell you what, you got to get at least a 75, and I made a 74. And the people looked at me like, oh shit. And I'm going to tell you, I was more like, oh crap. So I studied again for an additional 3 weeks. And I'm going to tell you what, I probably could have took it right away, but my mind wasn't where it needed to be. So I started studying. I did all the things that I needed to. But when you first get out there and you're looking to get into, selling real estate, the key is you got to think about, well, I got to take this class. I got to take a 63-hour course. And I'm going to tell you what, 63 hours. Oh crap. I did it over a 2-month period. Now, I've seen some people do it in a week. I can't do stuff in a week because, see, I don't have that capability, you know, because I like to know what I'm getting into. I like to be able to have a conversation with somebody about, what did you take? What are you doing? And I'm going to tell you what, that 63-hour course that I took, it was pretty eye-opening, because you have to take a course, and then you still got, after you pass that course with at least a 70, you got to take a state class. And I'm going to tell you what, that state one was like, God dang. And I had some opportunities, you know, to do what I needed to do. But when I was in class and everything, we got a book about that thick. And I'm like, God dang, that's a big old book. What you want me to know? They said a whole lot of it. And I was like, man, I can't believe it. I've got to learn all this stuff. And the key to success in this regard is when you go to class, if you take a course, and you can do it online too. Now, I know some people are real good at doing stuff online, but I'm one of these kind of people that I like to ask questions. Hello, can I ask a question? And I was one of these kind of people that when I went to class and everything, it was at nighttime. It was kind of cool. They got them at colleges here in Florida and stuff, but I went to a great place, and these people did a really wonderful job. They gave me some basic instructions, and they had these little miniature tests with inside tests. They had these things called TLOs, which mean, you know, these were the most important things you need to study for this test to be able to pass the class test. And after that, you need to study some more. And I'm like, golly, man, I feel really confused. And see, what I did was I went through outside sources too. You know, you may be a person who can get it off the bat. For me, it was a little bit of a struggle because I had a lot going on at the time. So I did my research. I went online and I saw some people that were selling courses and stuff. And there was a guy that I thought was really good. He's on YouTube, and he does such a good job with his show that he gives you basic information, and he's not trying to sell you anything, but he also gives you later the capability to sign up with his course. And I thought it was pretty doggone great. You know, I have to give him a kudos once I, I'm going to do a video for him because I really thought he did a great job. And it was just another way for me to have an outside source to be able to take tests, have a lot of different videos and stuff to look at, because I'm an auditory learner. I listen, and also recorded myself. What I did was I got some books and on real estate, and what I did was I got the glossaries and all the test questions and stuff, at least the ones that they put out there, I listened to it over and over and over and over again. I'm going to tell you what, the first time when I failed that, I was so devastated because I'm like, God dang, man, what did I do? I tried so hard and it made me feel bad. But here's the thing, don't quit. Persevere. I've had so many people that tell me, hey, I had a friend, he didn't pass it the first time, he never went back. I had my daughter, she, so forth. So if you don't pass it the first time, not everybody's going to pass it the first time, guys. And I'm going to tell you what, it's what we do. We're salespeople. We get out there and we sell stuff. So we got to sell ourselves on the idea that, hey, it don't matter how hard it is, we're going to get out there and we're going to knock it out the park. And that's what I did on Friday the 13th, baby. So now let me just give you a little bit of insight of some of the stuff that you're going to have to learn when you're studying. And some of the things here, are going to be like content would be like real estate business law, and qualifications for licensure, real estate license law, commission rules, authorized relationships, duties, disclosures, violations, license law, penalties, procedures, property rights, titles, deeds, ownership restrictions, legal descriptions, real estate contacts, real estate mortgages, types of mortgages, sources of financing, real estate related competitions, closings, transactions, the real estate appraisal, real estate investment and business, opportunity brokers, taxes affecting real estate markets, analysis, planning and zoning. Holy cow! I'm not going to lie. I was like, God dang, man, you're learning a whole new language. And it's cool, man. It's like at first I was like, I didn't know what the heck going on. And like I said, I got some friends of mine. They took some courses in a couple of weeks. They did their little tests within a month. But for me, I'm not that guy. I like to know a lot more about what I'm getting ready to sell, because some people, they can get in there and knock it out the ballpark. But like I told you guys, I'm a real salesperson. I'm a real honest person. I failed the test by one point. I felt really devastated, but I didn't give up. And see, here's the thing: when I was selling, I was out there selling, and I was working. I was doing a lot. There is a lot of information that is going to be given to you. You have to be like a sponge and know a general amount of a lot of stuff. You just heard that list of stuff that I read off, and there's a lot more. And see, the key to success when you're trying to get a license is you have to, like I said, you have to set some study time. I'm the kind of person, because I'm out and about selling all day, is that what I did was I recorded myself and I listened to audio all day long. Basically, what I did was I took my book, I got the tests and stuff that were in there, I recorded them, I did all the glossary, because see, if you don't know the key words and what the words mean, you cannot have, it's just really hard to comprehend. It's like I said, it's like starting a new language. Just like when I got my license to sell, insurance, that was a whole new license. That was a whole lot of new information. And the key to success in this regard is if you learn the glossary terms and you listen to them over and over, when you hear it through your studies and stuff, it starts to make a lot more sense. And like I said, I studied a lot. I mean, I was one of these kind of people. I went to the course. It was, like I said, an 8-week course. It's a 63-hour, and I've got to take a 45-hour class, after this, to keep my license. And I'm going to tell you what, you don't want to wait until the end of the 2 years is up to go ahead and start studying that stuff. So you want to knock that part out of it, and hopefully you'll get with a company that'll walk you through that process. And I was real fortunate. Like I said, I looked through different sources. I went on YouTube, and I really enjoyed the gentleman. I'm not going to give the information right now, but I will in another video. It was pretty doggone important to me. This guy was very good, and the key to success for me in this was it gave me another outlet, another way to learn. He had some tests and stuff on there. He also had a lot of vocabulary. He had the capability to match cards and stuff where you flip cards and it gives you words and you learn. And he broke it down. I'm just telling you, I'm just going to have to do a special video for this guy. And the school that I went to was pretty good. The guy who wrote the book and everything, like I said, it was this damn thick, man. But he broke it down for us, and I went through the 8-week 8-week course. They had some people do it in a week, and I'm like, God dang, you're pretty smart. So if you're kind of smart, you could probably do it in a week. But if it was me, I say, give me the 63-hour course over a little bit more time. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. And I told you I'd tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all. And what we're talking about today is getting your license to sell real estate. What's involved in it? I'm going to tell you what, it was a lot of pressure. It was like, I wanted to get this because, see, I've been selling a long time. And I'm out and about, and I run into realtors all the time. And I'm thinking, damn, I can do that. And you probably can too. You probably met people that if you're kind of a person who likes nice things, you like pretty things, you want to make some money, remember, honey, you're going to be working on straight commission too. So if you're going to get your real estate license, don't be fooled. You're going to be a 1099 worker. You're going to be working out there, and you're going to be making your own money. You're going to be your own boss. So don't be lazy. They say that a lot of people who get into the real estate business don't make it. But see, we're going to make it. We're going to do our best. We're going to knock it out of the park. Like I said, I've been working, studying this thing for 5 months. Now, for some people, like I said, they can study it right off the bat. I was really, really busy, so I had to do it at my leisure. Some people, man, they've got time. So if you've got time, go ahead and knock it out of the park. Go ahead and get started so that way you can start selling. Now, I also started going to some different companies and introducing myself. And a lot of people, once they find out that you're in class and you pass the class, they're going to send you a bunch of brochures, a bunch of information. Come work for us, come work for us, come work for us. And so that's what you do, is you go have conversations, because it's like everybody wants you. And the reason why they want you, because they know you were working on commission, and you can sell something for them, and they, of course, are going to make some money too. So the key to success in this regard is go meet these people. And remember, if they have any opportunities where you can take some additional classes and stuff with them, some sneak-in classes, or if they have some other books that you can take home with you to study, or some of these little, I did a couple of these where I went and sat in their classes for, a couple of times, listened to their stuff, and it was like they were helping me also to put some information in my brain on how to sell and also how to pass the test. Because until you pass this test, you can't do nothing in real estate. It's like any other test. You got to take it. Now, I went to Pearson. Pearson is a great organization. You go in, the first thing you're going to do is you sign up. You got to have a background check, guys. They're going to check you out. They're going to make sure that you are who you say you are. And I'm talking about, the DBPR. I'm telling you what, these people are going to check you out thoroughly. They're going to make sure you're of good character. They're going to make sure you're not a bad person. And in this regard, they're going to make sure that you can, you're a good person. And they're going to do some fingerprints. I'll tell you what, if you're a criminal and stuff like that, they'll figure you out, and you may not be able to qualify. But they'll do all this in this regard. They'll set you up with a school. They'll go ahead and set you up with the testing. Now, for me, when I went to Pearson's, the day of the test, I had already set it up like weeks in advance. I knew the date that I was going to set it up for. I knew the time frame that I was going to sit at, and I wanted to have a little bit of time before I got there to sit in the parking lot. I wanted to eat some breakfast in the morning. I wanted to have my mind clear. Some people don't mind. They want to do it in the afternoon, but I like mine around 11:30. That's about what time I took mine, between 10 and 11:30. If you get there a little bit early, if they have an opening, they'll let you go ahead and they're going to check you out. Again, when you get there, they're going to ask for a driver's license, and they're also going to look for another ID. They want to see your signature. They're also going to take a picture of you, and in this regard, they're going to give you a key. They're going to ask you to put all your stuff inside of a locker, and inside that locker, you can't touch it. Now, you can come out periodically if you need to use the restroom and stuff like that, but it's a 3.5-hour class, guys. I mean, a test. Not everybody needs to go the whole 3.5 hours, but I like to take my time. And when you go in there, you got these earmuffs. You'll be sitting down, and you'll be able to kind of be at ease. They give you a calculator, a little piece of paper. So if there's a couple of key things that you think you need to write down, you'll do it right when you get in there. They're going to walk you through a format. They're going to ask you basically, do you understand how to take this test? And, you can check off marks, and you can always go back. And I've been trained. They always say that your first instinct is the one you should go with. So I take that advice. So when I was taking my test this time, I just made sure the second time when I took it, is I just took advice. I just went with my gut, and I went with what made me feel the right, and I passed. Okay, remember I failed it the first time by 1 point. My name is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy, and I tell the truth, the whole truth. This is Florida Division of Real Estate. So at Pearson's, like I said, they'll sit you down, you go through the process, and once you're done and everything, you hope you pass. Then you'll come out and they'll fold the piece of paper over. They'll ask you to get all your stuff out of the locker, and then you can it'll either say pass or fail. And I'm gonna tell you what, the first time I missed it by 1.3, I was like, oh my gosh, I felt devastated. But see, here's the thing, I needed to fail because see, this video is better now because people can see that I'm a real salesperson. I'm a real person. People do fail, but it's not how far we fall, it's how far we bounce back. And just think about it. 3 weeks later, on Friday the 13th, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy, went ahead and got his license to sell real estate. I look forward to it. Like I said, I got a lot of other licenses, and they'll all coexist together. So if you're wanting to get into real estate, you know what you got to do. The 63-hour course, you got to take the test within test, course within course, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun, but you can do this. So go out there and sell something. And don't forget, you can get your real estate license. Yeah, you can. Don't give up. Even if you fail, you can do it over and over and over until you get it. You got this. You're going to get it the first time. All right. Real estate, I will sell some. All right.